Figured I'd do some responses to him. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I knew you were in the UK, but I just assumed like maybe Domino's or something. But then I'm like, yeah, no, Domino's or Pizza Hut or some shit wouldn't be out of a. But yeah, I mean everything you can order. Right, I mean Burger King, all that shit they do delivery now. Fucking DoorDash and all that shit. White Rabbit Jonathan. No, dude, it's a nightmare thinking about having a relationship. Are you kidding me? I can't trust anyone after what happened. No, like, seriously. It's like, can't we just play the forest again? I could be like those in New York. She's the reason I've been sober now for years. Haven't drank in a while. So I'm going to get me a liter of Jack Daniels, a 30-pack of Budweiser, and well, it doesn't have to be my birthday. Hell, let's do it today, right? It's all her fault. She was my accountability buddy. But for real, though, it's like, give a shit, man. Come on. That's not, no. Base Templar. We got a Knights Templar in here. Oh, boy. The 15th. Tell you what, if she plays the forest with me, or even calls me a douchebag, I'll even go with that. I'll stay sober. Dominic, you're getting old. I'm physiologically, I'm Methuselah old. For those that know. No, but physiologically, I'm like 89. That's right, Jess. I stayed sober. Now I refuse to do it. Unless she acknowledges that I was a good friend when I was. It's messed up. It's evil. Come on, you found out that I'm the most loyal individual in the world, right? I mean, look at this shit. You can't make this up. Why would you not want to, stand up for what's right? Appreciate that. Why would you want to avoid someone that's, anyway, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? When did I say I'm wise? This is true. According to the Judeo-Christian scriptures, he loves Erewhon. No, I'm not botting the lives. The people that say you're botting the lives are botting the lives. Which I don't know what that's accomplishing for them. Just gets me out there more, but I'm not the one who's hurting his case or anything like that. What charge is? It's very simple. Let's get him talking about things. Let's try to get him to say something. There's nothing incriminating. Tell you what, when I take a shit next time, I'll take a picture for you. Is that good? He's going to be reviewing food soon and making videos, and playing video games. Ooh, look at it. I'm the guy that's been making videos for years. They have a life. They didn't see every little thing I ever posted, but by now they can see, the authorities, everyone, because it's the internet, right? They can see. Mark's the guy who says, come on in, no warrant needed, just come see everything and nothing to hide. And I know that now, but anyway, it's crazy, man. There's no delusions, bud. Come on, Sean. Come on, man. I protected McKellican. Legally, I did protect Miguel Acosta, though. Isn't that crazy? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't make this shit up, dude. If he was in the house, he'd understand, like, what I'm talking about. I'm in the bedroom there, literally, right? My computer's there on the fucking, you can't make this shit up, dude. You can't. And I'm watching him, like, try to get rid of shit like it matters. So he transferred back, and it's about the cameras anyway, right? Don't worry about it. Like I keep saying, those in New York, if I wanted to be like, I got you. No, I'm saying it's buried. What, are you worried it's going to come out one day? You can talk to me, right? What are you worried about? The only problem is, don't speak to him. What? There's no legal reason you can't. That's why this is an issue. Any friendship I try to make, like, what the hell? Exactly. Legally, or whatever your image, however you want to put it. And yeah, legally, too, to an extent. Clayla was wrong. I protected her overseas. Could have made her look bad, right? I just chose not to take 5 minutes or 5 hours to make a massive smear campaign myself. Nah, man. Life's too short. What do I need help with? Should I not be laid back, nonchalant, and forgive people? Would you rather me be all about lawsuits and sue the local police? I have no desire to. I'm serious. I'm being genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, folks. Yeah, like I said, there's friends that want to meet up with me anyway. Well, a couple. But I'm more focused on Alaska, amongst other places. But my home will always be north central Pennsylvania. What's hardest? What's hardest? Like, people, you know, is one of them. What's hardest? What's hardest? You know? It's funny, though. Ghost of Mary Shelley's back. Just chilling, enjoying the trolls. On meds, I see. Speaking of meds, you remember when, like, 5 minutes before everything happened, she was like, Mark, you should get off them. You don't need them. Yeah. Then the statute of limitations expired. Trevor, the guy who was irrelevant, because clearly I'm not going to say, oh, look where Dax is when I'm standing in the courthouse, or shortly thereafter. Yeah, come on, man. For ADD, yeah, they help significantly, which is why not getting them in jail sucked. Okay. Who's they? You mean Daniel and her? Good for them. I don't understand why you get off, though, and being cruel to people. I mean, it's kind of odd. No, they didn't. That was another funny thing, making Fly think that they really thought that I thought, right? That they were her. I mean, really? These trolls, man. It wasn't declined. Everything was approved. Why wouldn't it be anyway? I'm doing all right. It's just, like I said, I was already in hell ever since January because of what happened. That's all I'm looking for is just, you know, friendship, you know? She was the one that wanted to meet up. Like, shit, get to know me. You know, just, like, don't act like I'm this problem, you know? Let's give it literally 10 years, and then you see how loyal I still am. It's like, I'm the guy that stuck by you. Look at how I protected those in New York. Right? I mean, shit. Assume that everything I've been talking about does exist in 4 different cameras, and I'm talking up there. Everything in this house, too. It correlates well, you know what I'm saying? So you should be thankful. But anyway. Still on this? Well, I'm talking about what's happened. I spent 3 weeks in jail. Ate good, slept well. But now I'm back on my meds. I could reschedule my appointments. I got my blood test, and now I can see my thyroid specialist. Do everything I got to do. I got my psychiatrist appointment, you know, monthly that I do up, you know. Birthday's right around the corner, couple days, right, you know. And I'm excited. Gonna be making good content. Gonna be traveling. That's what's up. See, people try so hard to try to, you know, charge me with something, get me in trouble for something. It's like, I would feel guilty doing that. It's like, I understand this is what you got to do, and some of you are trolls, some of you know. We got someone the other day, paid agitator, you know, smear campaign. Regardless, it's like, you know, spread positivity, make the right decision, be a good person, you know. Ask W. Butler if it's good to be a compassionate, caring person, to take responsibility and to do what's right, you know. January 8th, 2024, a day that will live in infamy. He's like, why don't you step here into the living room? Because the body cam is redacted, right? I'm standing in the kitchen there with him. With that shit show. So you know what a computer connects to another computer? Yeah. Why don't you come in here so we could not let you articulate yourself? Because clearly you're not crazy and delusional, and we thought you were. We thought that you wouldn't leave the house, and what a mess. You're welcome. I left it buried. How about that? Anyway. Battlefield, PS5. Though I'll always favor Battlefield 3. Yeah. Appreciate it, Lizzie. I know, all the COs were like, your mugshot. Why are you wearing a diaper? A pamper? Oh, man. It's funny. What, the ink? I like ink. So I went a bit excessive. Good morning from New Zealand. Oh, awesome. Me, a hacker? Please. That would be like calling Miguel Acosta a script kiddie. What next? Are we going to communicate with Leet Speak? So what is it then? Either the authorities have it wrong, the FBI has it wrong, and there's just a big mishap, and all this could have been avoided if you gave a shit. But you didn't. It was terrible. Let's reconcile. She doesn't even care. She's watching me wither away. Does she care? No. No. Used, abused, and tossed aside. Again, like a piece of dung. Terrible. F police. Well, that's incredibly disrespectful. You should back the blue. They put their lives on the line for people. I mean, come on, man. Made into an FBI agent? He's not an FBI agent. You sound delusional. Think you need a Baker Act? Miguel Acosta? No. Don't be silly. I was talking about W. Butler. Maybe you misheard me. He's not an FBI agent, no. He's an erotic baker. No, I was not in Gen Pop, no. No, I wasn't in Psych Unit either. Baker, not banker. I'm being a silly Billy. No, I'm not harassing a child on there. You're taking something old out of context. But believe what you want and smear me. The more you smear me, the more I'm going to forgive everyone. And forever maintain my spotless record. Boop. People need some new material, though. Man. Real estate plug. Go for it. Still going on, dude? People have no life. Yeah, go watch it. I'm the guy that literally just shouts out the accounts. Like, I'm literally helping these people get their side out. Like that's how much I don't care. Like, it's ridiculous, man. Now, internationally, locally, everyone can see what's up. I mean, it's preposterous. People are so desperate to, what? Nail me with something, charge me with something. Why? Because I'm genuinely a nice guy who, even if you succeeded, would only talk about this forever and then win instant lawsuits and get the travel and then just talk about this because of that. Just stop. I kept the footage from New York from blasting throughout the world, right, and making the Williams look terrible. I prevented that. You should be thankful. Like, people doing the things they're doing is what's going to make it come out, and let's not do that, you know? Let's travel. Let's get my PlayStation back. Let's have fun. It's the principle. Otherwise, I would have just bought another, went to Rent-A-Center. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I like ink, that's why. Thomas Neal. How you doing, Thomas Neal? What are you saying now, Peyton? Nice guy, act, haha. Going to be a TV dinner video in a few hours. 10 empty threats behind good. You can't show any threat I ever made. There's no threats. There's people misconstruing facts, lying just through their teeth, and yeah, how about that? Just stop, Peyton. I don't want to have to block you. Hate to do it. You know, which I don't even do. I was inspired by you-know-who. She was my moderator, and she was a true friend. For being genuine, I get tossed aside. Do you believe this? For trying to befriend Dax. Unbelievable. What's up, Manson Mendoza? No crashing out here. I'm stronger than ever. You kidding me? What do you think a narcissistic smear campaign is going to do? Motivate me all the more to get to prove that, what, Alex wanted to have a kid with me so badly because I treated her better than Mr. Cutlip? And here I am just trying to befriend these people. I wanted to play pool with them. Did you see that footage yet, authorities? I'm there in Virginia at the pool hall, right? I walk past the pool tables. Shout out to Samantha, to everyone, right? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. No, I want my dad to hear me. I'm the one asking them to watch my lives. You kidding me? I was asking them to watch my shit 6 months ago. They see my content anyway. Why do you think I screen record it? Because I have nothing to hide. This is why we're at. This is why we're at where we're at today. What have you done to yourself? People are way too concerned with what I do to my body. I like tattoos. That's it. Skin condition now. Not even haters, they're just silly. But there's a reason that some of them are doing what they're doing. Appreciate it, Robert. I was working with him today. Peyton's been around for a long time. I don't know where that's coming from. Why do you say that, Tyler? I'm doing good. How are you? Why would I not be allowed? On the 22nd, I'm allowed. That's when legally they have to return my passport and all of my property. You can ask anyone much smarter than I. Ask the FBI why I'm free to travel. It's the law. Hence the lawsuits in my lap, which graciously I don't even care about. I'm looking forward to playing some Battlefield 6 again. Like I said, it's the principle. Where I would have just, went somewhere else to game or done something. So I'm looking forward to, like I said, traveling, making content, doing what I used to do. In my 20s, I used to go out a lot, I want to do more bushcrafting, camping type shit. But I enjoy doing that up north, to be honest. Of course I have money, Trevor. How do you think I got all these tattoos? The majority of which, most of them actually, were before I was on SSI. Plus, their $75,000 loan? Yes, I'll be traveling. 100%. Where do you get the idea I don't have money anyway? Didn't you know? The Baker Act footage, right? Well, this is why you show your family your funds afterward. So that way, if I was right about everything that I was saying to them, now they understand. It looks oddly suspicious. So it's a good thing I'm free to travel. And that I'm not the one who looks bad. So you're welcome that I'm not Sue happy like literally anyone else. Now they're at the point where they feel like they have to, possibly, right? Kind of thing. So how about that? Certainly have money, though. Get your facts straight. Not saying I'm a millionaire, no. But I have money to travel. Hence why I'm going to be getting my whole back done. Now I only have $20,000 worth of bank, and that came out of my ass, right? Right, cash. I mean, what else? How long? 3 weeks. I do. I'm with my family, right? In fact, my father explained this 2 months back. That back in 2017, 2018, there was particular property I was going to purchase in Pennsylvania, north central Pennsylvania. was going to get a cabin and live there. Now I'm enjoying my time, like, because everything that happened with Alex up in New York. So now I'm spending time with family, you know. But yeah, like I said, not going to be in Florida forever, my friends. People so desperately want to paint me as, like, you know, incompetent or whatever, and it's just not going to work. Hence why Alex and I were looking at apartments for 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. You're going to have to watch me independently travel and wipe my own ass and go to motels, make cool videos, while a bunch of trolls make themselves look ridiculous. Because here I am, 36 years old. Well, 5 minutes away from being 36. Well, other people, how old? Immaturely, or have other people immaturely. Well, look how they act, and look how I'm making awesome content, right? Doing the shit I'll be doing. It's happening right now. I mean, look at how they look. Love it. Right? Like, see you next Tuesday, right? She knows overseas. For a whole year, she made other people, you know, because she stands against bullying, look terrible and helped my case. And I was a genuine friend to someone who was full of shit, but became a genuine friend just to become full of shit again. And instead of putting her on blast, here I am being chill, laid back, and genuinely forgiving. My first tattoos when I was 17. You keep asking that, Slater, and I know why you keep asking that. Back in November, when she and I were still going live, all the hashtag Derbyshire and all the places we were going to get right, I befriended a couple people. There's people that are going to let me crash with them, so I might not even have to go to a hotel, you know, maybe in the future or something. But the idea is there's other places. So, yeah, I'm going to be hanging with people. When? Don't worry about it. It's not your business. Who cares? I mean, you do, for obvious reasons, but 47 in 5 minutes. Okay. It's not. That's my mother's name. Maine, nice. Maine's an awesome state. Beautiful state. Nope, I don't regret any of them. It's just skin, man. It's just skin. Who cares about the skin? It's temporary. Never been. I wouldn't mind going, but, you know, not on the top of my list or anything like that, but... yeah, skin is temporary. The soul, the spirit is eternal. Skin's just gonna rot away, my friend. Yeah, it is expensive in Cali. I have a sister, but not with tattoos and not on TikTok. Weird. It says war in my head, I'm your enemy. It's lyrics to a punk rock song. Appreciate it. Daniel has joined. Not to be confused with Daniel. Yeah, it was a little joke. Yeah, I'm okay. What's not okay is your incorrect usage. Your and you are, you sadist. Possessive adjective, contraction of the two. Learn the difference, I beseech you. Thou art forgiven. It is. I was arrested on 3 counts of douchebaggery. Yeah, I'm a grammar Nazi. Basic grammar, folks. Come on. Viking villain. Cool. I'm doing good, man. Appreciate you. Actually, Jay, my charges were dropped completely. I could show you the letter, the state attorney could tell you the prosecutor, the feds. In fact, why argue about it, right? Yes. My favorite tattoo would be my Real Monsters tattoo. Why should it be worrying to you that the charges were dropped and that an innocent man is out of jail? No, I never did say I was perfect. She was right. She stuck up for me for a year and threw me aside, even though I was genuine, and then said that I got into her head just because she didn't want to acknowledge that he was a true friend. So I got to think of some bullshit. You didn't know what that does to someone? That's on you. And then to have the audacity to not even care, knowing that the whole Graham thing, this is sick. Why can't we just, make up like shit, dude? This is sick. She didn't do anything illegal. It's worse than that. Huh. Literally. You have no idea. Crazy, man. Not at all. The only thing that comes to mind when I think of my 3 weeks in jail is ramen noodles. Yep. And wondrous amounts of sleep. Yeah, I ate like a pig. That's not at all what happened, and I can prove to you that that's not the case. Not only did she admit that she sought me out first, in other words, she started tagging me last April, not this past April, last April. And you know why? All because of what happened in New York. It all started in 2023, even though I moved up in 2021, the middle of 2021. So I can prove to you right now that that's not the case, and you won't be sufficed because you're siding with a bunch of bullshit. And you know this. And I find that despicable. But then she decided she wanted me anymore and you couldn't stop, could you? Well, there's a reason. She said, you started becoming no, she's basically trying to say I ruined her vacation, and other people are saying she saw the truth. Nope. As a matter of fact, I can even tell you who told her I like Skittles. People told her to say certain things, do certain hand gestures. There's all kinds of shit. The Skittles part was my favorite aspect. You see, she was never intended. That's why her mom is like, if you knew she was a spy, why'd you get the tattoo? Okay. If your daughter was so genuine, why did she get the tattoo? The truthful response is what I'm looking for. Yeah, and yet she actually did become a genuine friend at one point, and I could tell you, I could show you why she really went back to a narrative that she knows is false. Mark, you were an awesome friend, but I have to part ways for... No, not even that. He was a good friend, but I'm just going to say he wasn't. Psycho, and get going live with the girl, right, from New York, and apologize in tears. And that's weird. You spoke out against her for a whole year. Okay. And for her to say, Mark, I'm not going to look at the evidence because, why? Because the whole world, if or when they see it, right, and I'm not saying I'm going to release it, but they're all going to see that there's no way you can argue. I groomed you, mirrored you, got into your head, right? So why would you not say, well, yeah, Mark, then I would take it back. Holy shit. Proving all the more. You know how much that hurts? Why would you not want to be friends with someone who would lay their life down for you, who would be loyal to you forever? and is willing to prove this to you. What in the actual fucking cocksuck? I mean, it's bad shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? Is that tattooed? Plural. Tattoos. Plural. Snuggledoom. Hi. Oh, yes, I do, actually, because I made a couple friends there. I also want to go to Indonesia. No, I won't. See, politics are bullshit. Morally, I'm conservative, but the point is that it's all bullshit, folks. It's not this is not a liberal Republican Democrat thing, you know. This isn't oh my God, this is like people who think, you know, Fox, CNN, like, do you really not see the big picture here? They're all part of the same club. They're all bought and paid for. These presidents are selected, not elected, and they're fucking puppets. And people can't see that shit. At least 98% of the populace cannot. You can see them. You want to see them closer? I also have my lips done too. Oh, my inner lip. Haley Hatcher. Yeshua. What about him? Oh, nice. Nah, that wasn't bad. My palm's done as well. Oh yeah, I love cheese. As a matter of fact, I had some cheese last night. I just showed you my girlfriend right here. She's loyal. I still have my back piece bare. You know, I'm saving my back piece. Saving my back for a piece, I should say, for a back. You know, so there's some parts of my body. She's very loyal. She doesn't spread false allegations. You know. I put some soap in there and I wash her real well. She doesn't smell like sour milk any longer. My feet now. False allegations, yes. Gotcha. Yeah, a lot of people ink their feet. I mean, I get asked all the time, is your schlong inked? You know, fucking, yeah. Still got quite a bit to go. Like I said, if I'd been binging tattoos, I was covered myself. Then I took a break for a couple years. You can see my dreads went to shit. You know, this is where, again, she overseas really fucked me. You know, you know, I think you want to fix that. No, I'll associate with anyone except you. Wow. No remorse. Seriously, I say it with love, but I mean, shit, man. What the actual fuck? No, she was the one doing the whole, you know, getting me to become like a good friend to her, and I wasn't looking for anything more than a friendship. You know this, so I don't want to talk about it, but you know, you gotta set this shit straight. There should be no reason for you to have any ill feelings towards someone who did nothing but show you love. No, your dad would not hate me. Right up until February, there'd be no reason to do anything except have love and appreciate that I looked out for someone who has unjustified, irrational ill feelings towards me just because what? That you were genuine for a bit and then chose not to be. At least say, okay, Mark, they got into my head, so if all this footage were to come out, I'm not saying it will, don't worry, Mrs. Williams, if all it comes out, oh my God, I apologize to somebody who's everything I stand against, and you still won't care? Explain that. If you say, yeah, then I would, then that'd be a different fucking goddamn story, you know? But anyway, it's bad shit. Bon appetit. Some of the usernames are amusing. I just showed you my GF. GF. BF. No, I still got to do my pits. You're right. Why aren't you in the UK then? Why would I be right now? Oh wait, Bon Appetit. I read that wrong, didn't I? No, Bon Appetit. Why would I be? I can't travel until the 22nd, when authorities are legally obliged to give me my property back, which consists of my passport as well. But, you know, not any longer. He has zero money. Actually, I do have funds saved up. If you'd like to have a rational conversation, I'd do that, but you're one of the trolls. We'll just use that word. Very shortly, my entire back will be done, and it's like, oh, he has no money, but he just spent $4,000 on a back piece. You know, I mean, come on, man. More than that, probably. You know, 45, I don't know. It's beside the point. Factor in a good tip, you know. Maryland's a good state. Never threatened a minor. I'm gonna have to block you for being disgusting. You're also a troll. You know, I hate to do it. If you wanted to have a rational conversation, I'd do it, my friend, but people are so desperate to try to fry me on something. In fact, on April 14th, when they showed up with the warrant, right? After he stood in front of me like this. Oh, right. I could just go by his full name. I call him Sexy, right? Ask the local P. Ask Randall. No, he stands up. He's all pissed off. You're resisting. No, I'm not. I'm just standing here, and you're a little heated because I wouldn't open the door after 30 minutes of you knocking all around the house, right? Sherry was filming across the street, too. We have a warrant, open up, is not what was said when you showed up to the house. How long did it take? I don't know. We'll look at the footage. Don't worry about it, guys. It's all right. You know, just appreciate that my family are good people who've been slandered viciously, right? It's terrible what happened, you know, all because of New York. And I don't blame Casey. It's not her fault. I just want to go roller disco. I do. I want to roller disco with fucking Miguel. I would love that. The statute of limitations has expired, Miguel. Like I said, I'll get to Chicago soon. Try to have a conversation with him, you know, maybe take a selfie. There's no reason we can't do that. Oh, don't talk to him. What? The statute of limitations has expired, dude. I've been antsy. Couldn't wait for it to expire. Just going to court gonna do? I mean, yeah, okay, money, settle lawsuits, but fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, Miguel, we can take a selfie. It'd be hilarious, dude. Let's do it. You know? Fucking order a pizza. Hell, Debbie, Kristen, we can all chill. Right? Alejandra, right? Shout out to CPS. Can't make this shit up. Lost it. Why would I have lost it? How so? Because I'm doing better than ever? According to any medical professional that's credible, at least. My family. Back at the same stuff. I've been tormented for years. I spent 3 weeks in jail. There's lawsuits in my lap. And we're the only people who are not sue happy and, well, let's just say we're acting different than those in New York would be acting. I'm allowed to speak about my fucking trauma that people belittle. I'm just waiting for my PlayStation back. And I'm looking forward to traveling. I won't have to ever talk about this. Once people stop bullshitting me and treating me like I'm a terrorist who can't, you know, fly to another country. I want to fucking see shit, man. You know what I mean? Sorry, you sound ridiculous. Anyway. Yes, I agree. Let's talk about anything else. How's everyone doing? even those who were trying to bait me. Come on over. No warrant needed, as I said, right? Anyone's welcome. What do you want to know? Ridiculous, dude. Find somebody who's a piece of shit, a wife beater or something, right? Someone who's actually what they tried to paint me out as, right? Which I'm not. And, you know, fuck with them. Try to bait them, you know. I didn't deserve that shit. That's why the one overseas defended me. To perpetuating that nonsense. But anyway. That's what it is. Adam's like, what? Why? Even Daniel's gone quiet on me. I mean, you know. Kind of miss him, to be honest. It's fucked up, too. You know what I mean? Very fucked up situation. You can't make this stuff up. Finish him, right? Kidding me? You can't make this shit up. You can't. Thank you for the rose, trickster. This is great. Now the local authorities, right, these last few weeks now, they can really see what the fuck I've been dealing with for years. More so. They have shit to do, you know what I mean? But to those that have taken the time to look through all that shit, wonder what else you might have. Oh, man. Wendy is my mother. I was never delusional. A delusional person would be somebody who maybe claims to have had a son with somebody, and yet never really had a son with somebody. Now, I'm not delusional. I mean, I fucked thousands of women, right? You know, but biologically, yeah, perhaps. I don't know. Talk to the feds. The feds are much smarter than I. This is gold. I can work from home very easily. Done it before. I can do it again. You sound as ridiculous as Trevor. You don't have money. No. No money. Yeah, okay. I just don't get what it accomplishes, you know? If you're going to try to bait somebody, like, what's the point? Like, what does arguing do, though? I don't get it. Like, I don't know. Dollhouse galore. What's up? Jersey, right? This was a peculiar situation. Mistakes were made, but the charges were dropped. What I know is if people tried to bring something against me between now and, let's say, the 22nd, because they can only, for up to 45 days, they have a time period to bring charges. Nobody wants that, because then everything from New York comes out. Who cares? The statute of lit, you care. Because everything would be released, right? And no one wants this shit. You know what I'm saying? That then I could pursue cyber stalking, because come on, man. And I'm not just talking death threats I've gotten, you know, destruction of property, the local police, things we could pursue. Then I would never drop this. He even said, you know, they tried to limit my... Why? Because for years I've been saying, you know, I don't want to be talking about this shit. I have a legal right to. It's when you directly contact people, if there's a no contact order type shit. No one's stalking anyone. Shut up. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. It's there's so much shit that I can legally pursue instead of just talk about on TikTok, which I've done for years. Right off the bat, I get in the phone and that's why. Immediately, the police, I'm going to pursue this. You know, I could do what Daniel was doing. You know, we could perpetuate. No one wants that. That's why he went quiet. You know what I'm saying? Then this shit never goes away. So this could be fixed very easily. They can't, but a part of me would say, you know, let him try to keep the property for 10 years. You know, what's going to happen? Nothing. I'm going to turn 46, and I'll still have a legal right to travel. And who cares, right? Because I'm not a problem. I'm not a threat. It's all bullshit, and they know that. Like I said, if they didn't dismiss those charges up in New York, Mrs. Williams would have stood in court, and I could have said, oh, look, your daughter has what inside her belly? And here's all the shit that I was gracious not to pick up the phone and talk to the police over in 2022, around the time that Samaria Gray or Sierra or Cece, she goes by Cece, yeah. Right? I mean, speaking of the unregistered firearms that they had laying on the floor at the house there, the point is, I could have left any time. Like she said, we both did wrong. Right. That's it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Let's say there were 4 cameras in that house. Let's look at the footage from 2021 to on Christmas Day of 22, because I left on January 8, 2024. But Christmas Day of 2023, my father visited me. We didn't realize the shit was going to happen, right? Well, Miguel, you were in the picture. You had no idea what was going on, right? So he comes up there. The cameras went home with him. Can't make this shit up. Point is, you look at everything that happened in the house. You look at her behavior for the first 2 years right now. It speaks for itself. But enough of that shit. Let's talk about something else, folks. You might as well. Because it's not going to work. I'll just say this. Let's say that the one I live with in New York, right? Let's say that she got pregnant by me, just to exemplify. Let's say that there was footage in this house that showed everything. Everyone knows I'm the guy that doesn't care about admissibility. I could publicize things to the world. I don't want that. I just want the best for everyone. It's going to prove that she can't say I raped her. And it would show who is emotionally and even physically at times abusive for 2.5 years. And then what finally happened in 2023. And then why Miguel was really involved. And the bullshit. The phone calls to the authorities, And Mrs. Klingner can see the true colors. Mrs. Klingner, who was right there and more than a witness to the criminal impersonation of the judge. We never did make a FOIA request for a 911 call that was conveniently on speakerphone. So if we were to listen to this 911 call, then it'd be interesting. W. Butler. Right. Anyway, how's everyone doing? You sound ridiculous, Joe. I guess you didn't learn your lesson. Still stalking even after being arrested. I'm not stalking anyone. No. This is why I screen record my lives. This is why I say, hey, Mom and Dad, look at everything I say and do. And then the authorities can see what's going on here. Ask the feds. Again, much smarter than I. How I'm not stalking anyone. People say something. Selena gets on the phone with the FBI. Who looks ridiculous at the end of the fucking goddamn day? You do. Okay. Whatever you say. Charges dropped. Told you. I just wanted to be friends with folks. Been treated like shit my whole life. Right? Felix Ferreira? Over there in Hopper Street in Prospect Park, New Jersey, right? Oh, man. Shit is cold. Appreciate it. It's lonely without Captain Mojo Flint. Damn, man. Notice all these people go quiet. Right? Rabbit's not in my live. Shit is funny. They're pretty wild. All over the place. Actually, I am. And you want to know why? Because I'm not going to be stalking anybody or harassing anybody. I'll be to an extent sad, even though I'll be hanging out with friends here that I made online, ever since all the talking to Derbyshire, the different people, right? She and I were befriending people, and people have seen, this is how we started talking. A couple people online. And it gets to the point where I don't even come on the public domain with them on TikTok. Like, they don't leave comments and shit. Not that it would matter, because they know that people will just reach out to them and say, mark this or mark that. Like, why ruin friendships? If you think that I'm going to go try to take the Williams to court or some shit or expose something, but you're just hurting someone to hurt them. It's fucked up, man. Ask Alexandra, not Alex Williams with Ryan McMurray. I'm saying ask her why. She knows that I'm genuinely a caring person. Right? I showed love. I'm sorry we had an affair and that the marriage, and that shit happened, with John behind his back, right? Like, is that, come on. I thanked Mark Hill for his service. I did. In 2024, in the phone call I recorded. You could see all the shit. Document every motherfucking moment of my life. That's what I was trying to do. I was saying let's talk about something else, but people are trolling. But I'm allowed to talk about the last decade of my life where people try to distort the truth, do a complete 180 of what actually happened. I'm not making up anything. Not at all. Chess Piece was done at... Oh, there's my dad. Hey. Probably going to get off here in a minute anyway. Chess Piece was done at... Because I've been on here a while, and I'm getting bored. Chess Piece was done at Mammoth Inc. And was it Marbledale, Connecticut? Or New Preston, Connecticut? I don't know if they're like the same thing or something like that. But in Connecticut, at Mammoth Inc., John Hano did it. John Hano. He did the matching tattoo that she in New York and I got. No, I don't regret him. It's a nice state, though. Shout out to Kate, right? Stanley. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to get off, too. My dad wants to check something anyway.